Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, you have just hosted your yoga retreat, which has gone sterlingly. Everyone absolutely loved it. They had a fantastic time, they enjoyed it. And what is the final thing that you now need to do post retreat? Welcome. My name is Nina Sachs. I'm a yoga teacher trainer, and yoga health coach. I've been in this industry for over 20 years now. I've been doing and hosting many yoga retreats. I have made many, many mistakes. And I also have made a few or learned a few lessons and ways that my retreats have slowly started improving year after year. So what is the one thing that I have started implementing after each retreat that I would like you to do as well? And that is sending out a survey, sending out a feedback form to the participants. Make sure you do this, you prepare it before you actually go on retreat so that you don't have to think about it when you get back, because there's so much that goes on after a retreat when you get back home, and that you literally maybe just have to tweak one or two things and that you then are ready to send it out. All right, so why is it important? Well, number one, you are going to be able to get honest feedback from the participants on exactly what they liked, where there's a little bit of room for improvement next time. Like one of the things we had on one of my retreats is that we had cauliflower 3 ways on one of the menus. I thought it sounded quite interesting. I thought it was going to be, really exciting just to have a lot of cauliflower, which is probably not the best food to have on a retreat either. Anyway, it was probably the worst dish that anyone had ever done and that we'd had, but it was great to hear from all the participants as well that this did not work for them, and that food was actually quite a high priority on that retreat with those people who came. For people who maybe where food isn't really a priority, maybe that wouldn't really have really stuck up. But I know the people who come on my retreat, they are foodies. They like good food. So that is really good information to have. And I wouldn't have gotten that or come to that conclusion if I didn't realize that everyone who filled out the feedback form had that same kind of like comment, or that 90% of the people had that comment. So this is where you can then realize like what worked really well, and what didn't work, and where you need to maybe focus a little bit more of your attention in future. That is key. It also helps you because if you pop something in there, you can always say, like, can you leave me a one-liner testimonial? You actually have a written testimony that you can then pop in something like Canva, and you can create a little flyer, and that you can then put out on your website, your social media newsletters, anything that you are going to be using in future to do a retreat, or just to kind of like show people that you've had a retreat. So to pop things like that out is really helpful. And then what is the third thing that I had on mind? Anyway, when I think of it, because my Vata brain is in all places today, I will let you know in this video. Again, please give this a thumbs up if you're liking it, if you're enjoying it, and remember to share it on to a yoga teacher who you think might benefit from hearing this. So surveys, feedback form, very, very important to help you navigate what it is that you can do in future to improve. All right, it also shows you what is working well and what your students enjoyed. Another nice thing about doing this is that you may have thought like, the students have all come, or the participants have all come because they enjoy your style of yoga or the workshops that you've put together. But maybe what comes out when you send out a survey is that, maybe they actually really enjoyed the community aspect of being with other like-minded people. And so maybe that was not high on your priority list. And maybe that is one of the things that you can then learn about your retreats and realize, okay, in future marketing, I can market that, my participants, those members who come, they form strong bonds. It's very community-based, and then you can draw more people who are looking for that and who are seeking that. So keeping that in mind, that maybe you will learn from your participants, from your members, stuff that you actually didn't know or that you didn't think was important. And that can give you then direction in future as to where you want to steer your retreats and the messaging around the retreat. This was key for me. I thought people were coming to my retreats because they enjoyed my yoga or the yoga from other teachers, and that was not it at all. They came because they wanted to spend time with others that are like-minded to them. And so that was like a little bit of like an ego dampener on me, which is all great. We all can do with that. And then I realized, okay, in future, I now need to set up my retreats so that they are very heavily kind of like community-based, where everyone is involved in that. All right, that is what worked for me, but yours may be completely different. Maybe the people are coming to your retreat because they absolutely love the food. Maybe that is one of the things. Maybe they come to you because they absolutely love a certain aspect or type of workshop. So keep in mind that if you don't send out that survey, if you don't send out that feedback form, you are not going to actually know. You're not going to get a real representation of what your students thought. Now, how do you do this? Now, there are many platforms out there that you can use. I generally just use Google Docs Google Forms, because all my stuff is in a Google Drive. But you can use something like SurveyMonkey, or there's some other free survey softwares out there. Find one that you enjoy and create the survey. Now, keep it short. This is key. Keep your survey short, and try and keep as many closed answers as possible, where a person literally just has to check or mark or tick the correct answer. So you don't want to have a whole load of open-ended questions. You want to literally say, like, was this a retreat a good value for money, too expensive, or too, kind of like not quite too cheap, but you get what I'm saying. Like, on a rate from 1 to 5, what would how would you say you experienced this? On considering the food, would you say it was poor, good, very good, excellent? And you have those where literally a person just reads the question, checks, and then maybe right at the bottom you would maybe have 2 open-ended questions where you say, is there anything else I should consider in future retreats? Kind of like, what are your comments? And then, would you leave me a 1 to 2 sentence testimonial that I could use on my social media? And then if they fill that in, then at least you know that you can use that in your social media posts in the future. So that is my biggest tip for you in future when it comes to posting or hosting a retreat, and what you need to do post-retreat to make sure that you have the understanding and the knowledge of what your participants enjoyed and what they like, so that you know what you can do and work on in future to create the next amazing, awesome yoga retreat, should that be what you are planning. All right, have a beautiful day. Please remember to head down to my website. You can go or actually sign up to the newsletter. That's probably easy. Then you can keep updated with the new videos that I send out and any other interesting information. So head down to the descriptions, grab the newsletter link, and I shall see you again for another video very soon. Have a beautiful day and good luck with getting that survey together. Bye.